All right, guys. Joe Saglimbeni here, back Saturday, May 8th, for his Let's Chat live stream. And today, hopefully it's coming through. Today, I want to talk about the COVID-19 vaccine and my thoughts on the COVID-19 vaccine. So hopefully this live stream is coming through. I think it is. And hopefully we can get it working correctly. All right, guys. So let's talk about the COVID-19 vaccine. And we're going to go over a couple of great things here today on my Let's Chat Live. First, let me introduce myself. Joe Saglimbeni. Three decades of investing knowledge, and I'm a blue-collar worker. And this is my YouTube channel. And let's talk some COVID-19 vaccines. So, today I'm going to start with the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is the COVID data tracker. I'm going to stay specific to the United States of America. So, just in case anybody's watching this across the globe, I reside in America, so we're going to stick to America. All right? So, let's get back to this COVID data tracker. So, on this tracker, we have over 32 million cases in the U.S. Total vaccines, 257,577,000 people have died from corona. But the key here is the vaccination numbers. Fully vaccinated Americans, 33.9%. 18 years of age, 43.2%. And 65 years of age, 71%. I think this is important because the elderly are affected very tough. COVID's very tough on the elderly, so this is a great number. 71% are fully vaccinated. So let's look at the different COVID vaccines. All right? So let's look at these vaccines. We have the Pfizer, BioNTech, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. These vaccines are the best COVID-19 vaccines. Is the first one that is available to you. This is from the CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. All right, so let's read a little bit. The best COVID-19 vaccine is the first one that is available to you. Do not wait for a specific brand. All currently authorized and recommended COVID-19 vaccines are safe, effective, and reduce your risk of severe illness. And I'll get into effectiveness later on. These are the FDA approved for emergency in the United States. The Pfizer, BioNTech, the Moderna, and the Johnson & Johnson. Pfizer, 2 shots. The first shot, and then given 3 weeks later is the second shot. 16 years and older, and I believe Pfizer and Moderna are both working on younger people getting FDA approval for vaccination of younger people. On the Moderna side, 2 shots, 1 shot, and then 2 weeks after you get the second shot. 4 weeks after you get the second shot. When are you fully vaccinated on all these is 2 weeks after the second shot or the first shot with the case of Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson is people 18 years or older, and it's 1 shot. So these vaccines are a little bit different from each other. Really, the Pfizer and Moderna are different from Johnson and Johnson. So let's go over this a little bit. And while I'm at it, guys, if you're liking this live stream, of course, give it a like. And a little later, I'll tell you what I did and how I felt getting the vaccine. So let's start with Johnson and Johnson. All right, Johnson and Johnson. The CDC and the FDA have recommended that use of Johnson & Johnson's Janssen COVID-19 vaccine resume in the United States effective April 23rd, 2021. So what happened was there was an issue where I think some women were having issues with blood clots with this vaccine, but they now reapproved it. It was a small amount of numbers. So here it goes into it. However, women younger than 50 years old especially should be aware of the rare risk of blood clots with lower platelets after vaccination, and that other COVID-19 vaccines are available where the risk has not been seen. If you received a J&J Janssen vaccine, here's what you need to know. Read the CDC FDA statement. So let's see. This type of vaccine is a viral vector vaccine. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is recommended for people aged 18 years old and older. All right, and let's see the side effects of the Johnson & Johnson's. In the arm when you get the shot, pain, redness, swelling. Throughout the rest of your body, tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, fever, and nausea. These side effects usually start within a day or two of getting the vaccine. Side effects might affect your ability to do daily activities, but they should go away in a few days. So here's the thing about the Johnson & Johnson one. Again, it's a one shot. Again, women over 50, please look into whether, reach out to your doctor and find out if you should take the Johnson & Johnson one. But it's still a pretty safe vaccine. One shot dosage. Now, what is a viral vector vaccine? All right, let's see. Viral vector vaccines use a modified version of a different virus, the vector, to deliver important instructions to our cells. First, the vector, not the virus that causes COVID-19, but a different harmless virus, will enter a cell in our body and then use the cell's machinery to produce a harmless piece of the virus that causes COVID-19. This piece is known as a spike protein, and it is only found on the surface of the virus that causes COVID-19. Next, the cell displays the spike protein on its surface, and our immune system recognizes it doesn't belong there. This triggers our immune system to begin producing antibodies and activating other immune cells to fight off what it thinks is an infection. At the end of the process, our bodies have learned how to protect us against future infection with the virus that causes COVID-19. The benefit is that we get this protection from a vaccine without ever having to risk the serious consequences of getting sick with COVID-19. Any temporary discomfort experienced after getting the vaccine is a natural part of the process and an indication that the vaccine is working. Facts about COVID-19 viral vector vaccines. They cannot give someone COVID-19. So remember that. They cannot give someone COVID-19 or other infections. Viral vectors cannot cause infection with COVID-19 or with the virus used as the vaccine vector. 2, they do not affect or interact with our DNA in any way. The genetic material delivered by the viral vector does not integrate into a person's DNA. So that's the Johnson & Johnson shot. Now, I'm going to go into Moderna next. All right, so let's see what Moderna is all about. Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Overview and safety. General information. Okay. The Moderna vaccine is recommended for people age 18 years and older. Who should not get vaccinated? If you have had severe allergic reaction or an immediate allergic reaction, even if it was not severe, to any ingredient in an mRNA COVID-19 vaccine, such as polyurethane glycol, you should not get an mRNA COVID-19 vaccine. 2. Or after getting the first dose of vaccine, you should not get a second dose of either of the mRNA vaccine or 19 vaccines. Any allergic reaction is considered severe when a person needs to be treated with like an EpiPen, or if they must go to the hospital. Learn about common side effects and when to call a doctor. Okay, an immediate allergic reaction means a reaction within 4 hours of getting vaccinated, including symptoms such as hives, swelling, or wheezing. If you aren't able to get an mRNA COVID-19 vaccine, you may still be able to get a different type of COVID-19 vaccine, which would be the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. That is not an mRNA COVID-19 vaccine. Possible side effects. In the arm where you get the shot, pain, redness, swelling throughout the rest of the body, tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, fever, and nausea. Alright, so that's Moderna. It's an mRNA COVID-19 vaccine. Right? And we're going to get into understanding these type of vaccines a little bit later. Now, let's go to the Pfizer. The Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine, manufactured by Pfizer and BioNTech. Who should get vaccinated? The Pfizer BioNTech vaccine is recommended for people aged 16 years and older. Who should not get vaccinated? If you've had a severe allergic reaction, again like Moderna, or an immediate allergic reaction, then even if it was not severe, to any ingredient in the mRNA COVID-19 vaccine, you should not get the vaccine. Or after getting the first dose, if you get a reaction, you should not get the second dose of the mRNA Pfizer vaccine. Again, we go into the same things. An allergic reaction is considered severe when a person needs to be treated with EpiPen, or if they have to go to the hospital, or if they must go to the hospital. An immediate allergic reaction means a reaction within 4 hours of getting vaccinated, including symptoms such as hives, swelling, or wheezing. Possible side effects: pain, redness, swelling on the arm where you got the shot, and throughout the rest of the body, tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, fever, and nausea. So those are the 3 vaccines in the United States that are approved by the FDA for emergency use. Now, which one did I get? I got Pfizer. So I got the first shot, and I'm awaiting the second shot. And for me, about the only thing I would say happened to me was that I got a little tired, and I had an arm pain where the shot was. The initial shot, I got a small burning feeling when I got the shot. As far as I can tell, that was the only side effects that I had gotten from the Pfizer shot. We'll see on the second shot. People say that the second shot could be the one that you would get more aches and pains, or a bigger reaction to. So, what are these viruses? Okay, let's go to the understanding of these viruses. The mRNA COVID-19 vaccine from Pfizer and Moderna. mRNA vaccines are a new type of vaccine to protect against infectious diseases. mRNA vaccines teach our cells how to make protein, or even just a piece of a protein that trigger an immune response inside of our bodies. The benefit of mRNA vaccines, like all vaccines, is those vaccinated gain protection without ever having to risk the serious consequences of getting sick with COVID-19. These are the Moderna and the Pfizer vaccines are a new approach to vaccines. mRNA vaccines are a new type of vaccines to protect against infectious diseases. To trigger an immune response, many vaccines put a weakened or inactivated germ into our bodies, not mRNA vaccines. Instead, they teach our cells how to make a protein, or even just a piece of a protein, that trigger an immune response inside of our bodies. The immune response, which produces antibodies, is what protects us from getting infected if the real virus enters our bodies. A closer look at how COVID-19 mRNA vaccines work. COVID-19 mRNA vaccines give instructions for our cells to make a harmless piece of what is called the spike protein. The spike protein is found on the surface of the virus that causes COVID-19. First, COVID-19 mRNA vaccines are given in the upper arm muscle. Once the instructions are inside the immune cells, the cells use them to make the protein piece. After the protein piece is made, the cell breaks down the instructions and get rid of them. Next, the cell displays the protein piece on its surface. Our immune systems recognize that the protein doesn't belong there and began building an immune response and making antibodies, like what happens in natural infection against COVID-19. At the end of the process, our bodies have learned how to protect against future infection. The benefit of mRNA vaccines, like all vaccines, is those vaccinated gain the protection without having to risk the serious consequences of getting sick with COVID-19. So here's some more facts about COVID-19 mRNA vaccines. They cannot give someone COVID-19. Very important. mRNA vaccines do not use the live virus that causes COVID-19. 2, they do not affect or interact with our DNA in any way. mRNA never enters the nucleus of the cell, which is where our DNA genetic material is kept. The cell breaks down and gets rid of the mRNA soon after it is finished using the instructions. So guys, there we have an explanation of the mRNA vaccine. Now, let me go to Johnson & Johnson's to explain their vector type. Let's go here. Johnson & Johnson is a viral vector type of vaccine. So let's click on that. Understanding viral vector vaccines. What you need to know. Viral vector vaccines use a modified version of a different virus, the vector, to deliver important instructions to our cells. The benefit of viral vector vaccines, like all vaccines, is those vaccinated gain protection without ever having to risk the serious consequences of getting sick with COVID-19. Okay, how they work. Viral vector vaccines use a modified version of a different virus, the vector, to deliver important instructions to our cells. First, the vector, not the virus that causes COVID-19, but a different harmless virus, will enter a cell in our body and then use the cell's machinery to produce a harmless piece of the virus that causes COVID-19. This piece is known as a spike protein and is only found on the surface of the virus that causes COVID-19. Next, the cell displays the spike protein on its surface, and our immune system recognizes it doesn't belong there. This triggers our immune system to begin producing antibodies and activating our immune cells to fight off what it thinks is an infection. 3. At the end of the process, our bodies have learned how to protect us against future infection with the virus that causes COVID-19. The benefit is that we get the protection from a vaccine without ever having to risk the serious consequences of getting sick with COVID-19. Any temporary discomfort experienced after getting the vaccine is a natural part of the process and an indication that the vaccine is working. Facts about COVID-19 viral vector vaccines. They cannot give someone COVID-19. Very important. They cannot give someone COVID-19 or other infections. Viral vectors cannot cause infection with COVID-19 or with the virus used as the vaccine vector. 2. They do not affect or interact with our DNA in any way. The genetic material delivered by the viral vector does not integrate into a person's DNA. So there you guys have it on the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, the Moderna vaccine, and the Pfizer vaccine for COVID-19. So I am very glad that I took the vaccine, the first shot. And hopefully I don't get any side effects on the second shot. But I'm all for vaccination against COVID. And I really recommend that you go out there first. Maybe you visit your doctor. Ask if it's okay to get the vaccine. And then go out, make an appointment, and go out and get the vaccine. I think it's an important step to fighting COVID-19, and we're getting there. What was the numbers again here? Let me see. Let me get back here. 33.9% of people in America are fully vaccinated. That's amazing. Soon we'll get to herd immunity, and maybe COVID will be gone, hopefully forever. I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm very happy I took the first steps to getting and completing the COVID-19 vaccine, and I highly recommend it. All right, guys, so that's about it from this Let's Chat Live. Please, guys, I hope you learned something, and I hope you go out there and get your vaccine. All right? And let me switch back to this. And I'm just going to end this live stream. It was more of a serious live stream. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And please share, comment, like, and subscribe. Let that algorithm work for me, and I will see you guys next Saturday on Let's Chat Live. Have a good one, guys. Goodbye.